You know, we talk a lot about good, honest work on this channel, and there's no doubt that every job has its own challenges. But some gigs come with a whole other level of risk. I'm talking about the kind of work where showing up every day takes guts, grit, and a whole lot of courage. These are the top 10 most dangerous jobs in the world, where courage meets extreme risk. Get ready to meet the steel workers who build our cities hundreds of feet in the air, the fishermen battling treacherous seas, the miners who go deep underground where the air is thin and the danger is real. These are the jobs most people wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. And trust me, after seeing what they do, you'll understand why. You ever get a little jolt when you plug something in? Imagine that times 1,000, hanging 100 feet in the air. That's a day in the life of a power lineman. Rain or shine, blizzard or heat wave, they're climbing those towers, wrestling with high-voltage lines. One wrong move, one slip of the hand, and it's lights out for good. So next time you flip on a light switch, take a second to think about the men and women who make it possible. They're the unsung heroes of the electrical grid, working high above us, keeping the world powered up. You ever walk by a construction site and see those guys working way up on the roof? Makes you a little queasy just looking, right? Now imagine being the one up there, day in and day out. Roofing is a job that demands balance, precision, and nerves of steel. One misstep, one loose shingle, and it's a long way down. They're dealing with scorching heat, whipping winds, and hauling heavy materials up and down ladders all day long. It's physically demanding, technically challenging, and yeah, downright dangerous. But someone's got to do it. So next time you're admiring a new building or just grateful for your own four walls, spare a thought for the roofers. They're the ones who put it all on the line, one shingle at a time. We all rely on those packages arriving on time, the goods and services that keep our lives moving. But have you ever stopped to think about the folks behind the wheel, logging countless miles on the open road? Truck driving might not seem like the most dangerous job at first glance, but the numbers don't lie. Long hours, tight deadlines, and the constant pressure to deliver take a toll. Add in hazardous road conditions, bad weather, and the ever-present threat of other drivers, and you've got a recipe for disaster. So next time you see a truck driver, give them a wave, a honk, a little acknowledgement for the risks they take every day to keep our supply chains moving. We all gotta eat, right? But the food on our tables doesn't magically appear. It takes hard work, dedication, and a whole lot of grit. Farmers and ranchers are the backbone of our food supply, but their work is far from easy. They're up before the sun, working long hours in all kinds of weather. They're operating heavy machinery, dealing with unpredictable livestock, and facing the ever-present dangers of the natural world. One minute you're wrestling a calf, the next you're fixing a fence in a lightning storm. So next time you sit down to a meal, take a moment to appreciate the farmers and ranchers who made it possible. They're the ones who brave the elements, work tirelessly, and face the risks so we don't have to. Ever get a little nervous on a plane? Turbulence, bumpy landings, those weird noises the engine makes? Yeah, we've all been there. Now imagine being the folks responsible for getting that giant metal bird off the ground and back down again in one piece. Pilots and flight engineers have one of the most high-pressure jobs out there. They're dealing with complex machinery, ever-changing weather conditions, and the constant knowledge that one mistake could have catastrophic consequences. They're trained for every scenario, from mechanical failures to emergency landings, but it takes nerves of steel to stay calm and collected when the stakes are that high. So next time you're soaring through the clouds, spare a thought for the skilled professionals in the cockpit. They're the ones who navigate the skies, keep us safe, and get us where we need to go, mile after perilous mile. 8. Think about what happens to your trash after you take it to the curb. Out of sight, out of mind, right? But someone's got to deal with it, and it's not pretty. Refuse and recycling collectors have one of the dirtiest and most dangerous jobs out there. They're exposed to hazardous materials, sharp objects, and all sorts of nasty stuff we'd rather not think about. They're working long hours in all kinds of weather, often in heavy traffic and tight spaces. But they do it, day in and day out, keeping our cities clean and our waste moving. So next time you see a garbage truck, give those folks a wave of thanks. They're the unsung heroes of sanitation, tackling the dirty work so we don't have to. Look up. See that skyscraper, that bridge, that massive structure dominating the skyline? Yeah, those things don't build themselves. It takes a special breed of worker to construct those giants, and they do it hundreds of feet in the air. Structural iron and steel workers are the daredevils of the construction world. They're walking beams, connecting steel, and operating heavy machinery at dizzying heights. One wrong step, one loose bolt, and it's a long way down. It's a job that demands precision, strength, and a whole lot of guts. So next time you're marveling at a feat of modern architecture, take a moment to appreciate the iron and steel workers who made it possible. They're the ones who literally built our cities piece by piece, risking their lives to create something extraordinary. We all love a good fish fry, but have you ever stopped to think about where that fish comes from? Deep-sea fishing is one of the oldest and most dangerous professions in the world. These are the folks who brave treacherous waters, unforgiving weather, and the raw power of the ocean itself to bring food to our tables. They're working long hours on cramped rolling vessels, battling fatigue, and facing the ever-present threat of storms, rogue waves, and equipment malfunctions. One minute you're hauling in a net full of fish, the next you're fighting for your life against a raging sea. So next time you enjoy a seafood meal, spare a thought for the deep-sea fishermen who risked their lives to bring it to your plate. We rely on wood for everything from furniture to paper to building materials, but harvesting those trees is no walk in the park. Loggers work in some of the most remote and unforgiving environments on Earth, facing danger at every turn. They're felling massive trees, operating heavy machinery, and dealing with the unpredictable forces of nature. One wrong move, one misjudged cut, and it could be curtains. So next time you pick up a piece of wood, take a moment to appreciate the loggers who risked their lives to bring it to you. Deep beneath the surface of the earth, far from the sunlight and fresh air, miners work tirelessly to extract the resources that power our world. It's a job that takes them into the heart of darkness, where the air is thick with dust and the pressure is immense. Miners face a constant barrage of dangers, from cave-ins and explosions to toxic gases and heavy machinery. Every day they descend into the mine is a gamble, a roll of the dice against the unforgiving forces of nature. So next time you flip on a light switch, start your car, or use anything that relies on mined resources, take a moment to remember the miners who put their lives on the line every day to make it possible. They are the true unsung heroes of the underground, the ones who face the darkness so we don't have to. So there you have it, the top 10 most dangerous jobs in the world. From the oceans to the skies, these workers showcase incredible bravery. They're the unsung heroes, the ones who rarely get the recognition they deserve. But after seeing what they do, after understanding the risks they face, maybe you'll join me in saying thank you. Which job amazed you the most? Share your thoughts and appreciation in the comments.